Hey, how are you doing today? We'll see how it goes. Sometimes I say I'm going to have a short stream, I have a long stream. Sometimes I say I have a long live, it just lasts a few minutes. So we'll just see where it goes. Drinks of the day, not sponsored. Why aren't you sponsoring me, Lipton? Lipton green tea, watermelon. Oh, it is so good. I just wish they would do it in diet. They have diet citrus and citrus. The diet is just as good as the other. I'm just used to not having sugar in my drinks. Oops. What I was trying to do. So I'm not used to getting calories from my drink. So this gives me a little bit more calories than I want. And it's delicious, and so it's okay. Let me turn this down a little bit. That should work. You see the light right in my face. Hopefully that is helping. It's going to hit me right in the eyes no matter what I do. Y'all have to let me know what you think about the light. I think it's kind of helping things a little bit. So as I say, not sponsored, but come on, Lipton Tea, sponsor me. Hashtag sponsor her. Hashtag Art Abandonment Adventures Lipton Tea. Maybe one day they'll listen. I'm like a walking bulletin board for all things Lipton Tea. And also not sponsored. Well, why aren't you sponsoring me, Body Armor? Body Armor, sponsor her. Body Armor, Art Abandonment Adventures. Those are my hashtags. This stuff is so good. I don't even... If you told me I was drinking coconut water, I would not believe it. This is delicious. They both have the same amount of calories. The difference, I think, is this one has a little bit more of the potassium. Same amount of vitamin C. No, this has more vitamin C. This has my main issue that I run into is my potassium. So it does have potassium, so it's a good thing. It's 90 calories too, but it has no colors, no artificial flavors, and that. And it does have vegetable juice concentrate, which I think is really good. I know when you do like a V8 and stuff, I can really tell the vegetable juice. You can't tell in this. So I just spent 4 minutes going over my drinks. They'd only get like a minute if they were sponsoring me. So what do you think about that? On this ring light deal, this is it. Not sponsored either. This is what I got, and it was just $5. And it seems to be working. People have said that I've been clearer, and I really just, the only difference is I've now got this video call light, and it's really cool. I'll show you. Well, you can tell here. It's got suction cups, and what I do, I just swirl it around my tripod, and it's not going anywhere. And then I can just wrap it up. I need another case other than the box, but this was a Family Dollar find. A nice Family Dollar find. If you haven't seen it, um, I got, and I'll have to look up the name of it, but the mic, everyone seems to be thinking that works good too. I got that. That was an Amazon. It was a little bit more, like 40 for the mic, but at the time I needed something clear and concise, and this worked. It gave me just what I needed. It controlled the volume and stuff. So I recommend something like this when you're doing the live streams. Really work good with the light and the mic. So now I'm like really set with live streams. I also have the DJI phone stand, and I have heard that there are ways of having it where it'll follow your face while you're doing live streams. Not quite sure which apps to use for that. I don't know if there's possibility to go through the DJI app into an app and then convert it over. And you'd be going through an in-area app. One day I'm going to get up with some of the vloggers that I look up to, like I think they're going by Never Too Late now, but NTL Vlogs out of Pigeon Forge, Bone Daddy 2, Adventures in the Heartlands, that little group. And then there's some RVers I'd love to get up with too. There's so many RVers I'd like to meet. And just kind of discuss what you're doing. I think what's cool about I've been talking about it, and while I'm talking about it, I'm gonna just flip through the book. These are the books that I just recently got had in, but what I'm talking about while I'm flipping is I'll drop this down a little bit. Focus more on the book than on me. Oh, wrong way. So I think the DJI, gotta remember its opposite. Here we go. So these are the artworks that I've done. These were from the Random Acts of Kindness. So anyhow, what I was saying is that's what's cool about the meetup. I want to do more than one thing. I would like to meet those people that have been supportive of me while I've been sick and everything. Also, I'd like to do some fun collaborations. Some of the funnest collaborations are just sitting around and talking, discussing things. I'm working on some new gnome pieces now. I wish I could find the gnomes like this again. They were fun to work with, but I don't know if I can even get those anymore. But yeah, I'm gonna be. This is what's cool. So I keep saying 2.5 months after I get an apartment, and that's truly when it's going to happen. It's 2.5 months after I get an apartment. I'm going to have a meetup in Pigeon Forge, and it's more of I want a trip because I'm getting out of the nursing home and hospital after now over a year. We're going up on a year and a half. And then technically it'll be in September. I've been in the hospital since September of 2020, all except 30 days. Think about that. So 2020, we're going on exactly 2 years in continual hospital. But these are, I hope you're enjoying looking at these instead of just looking at my face while I'm talking. So the meetup, what I like to as soon as plan it after we get out. So like at the 2.5 month mark, like when I get out, there'll be a live stream that says she's out. I think there's another page here. There'll be a live stream saying I'm out, and when I say that, we'll be immediately start planning for the meetup in Pigeon Forge. And I'm hoping to get some of the YouTubers like, that would normally go to Pigeon Forge that I've been on their, that I met through live streams and stuff to see if they'll come and do the meetup. I'm pretty sure I'm going to try to get Kenneth to come. This is a piece I want to talk about. These two pieces are really cool. I've never talked about them. So this here is an old whiskey decanter. It was just completely white. It was like this porcelain is all it was. And I turned around and I gave him this like black suit with a blue, his little colonel top. And the reason I say a colonel in Kentucky, there's a thing called the Kentucky Colonels. And when people think of the colonel in Kentucky, they think of Colonel Sanders. Well, in actuality, here's a little secret, a little trivia on you. The colonel became the colonel after the state of Kentucky gave him the title colonel. I'm not sure exactly when that came in being. I think it was either in the late 60s, early 70s. By the mid 70s, mid 70s to, I can't remember exactly the range, but he sold the Yum Brands off. He sold it to Yum Brands. Well, he sold it to John Y. Brown and a little contingency. And the people that had bought the stock, when they got to Yum Brands, the secretaries were making more money than they did when they sold it. Their stock went up that much. So it's a lot of stories that go around. But most people think of a colonel because of Colonel Sanders, but that's just because it's the one that's most recent. There's a lot of people that are named colonels, women and men, and that's just something that the state of Kentucky does to like its higher people that have done a lot in the community. They call them the colonels. So there you go with that. And this piece here, I would have loved to know who had actually done it. But this was a clay piece that had not been fired yet. And so it was just clay, it hadn't been fired. So I found someone who could fire the clay. After they did that, then I painted it and we did a clear coat and fired it again. So this is the only piece that I have that you could literally drink out of it. It is a cup. It's been fired twice, and the clear and the paint are, actually you could use this. I would doubt that anyone seeing it would drink out of it. It hold maybe 2 or 3 ounces of fluid. That's all it would hold. But it is a drinkable cup, and it's the only one I have. There's so many little stories. That's a cool thing. Sorry about that. One reason I got the books is so I could share stories like those two there. Um, you never know what I might, this in here. The other cool thing about both of these pieces were taken out on Easter Sunday, 2017, 2018, one of those two. And this in here, when you are on your way to, what is the casino? It's a big casino and I can't think of it, but the riverboat. It's real funny. In Kentucky and Indiana, you've got to have the boats in the water. Now you can have boating that is horse related in Kentucky. So the machines are based on horse races. Makes no sense. I've sat and done it, and sometimes I'm just like floored by it. But there's a steamboat with the paddle wheels. And we pulled up and then dropped this right down the street from that. I never heard anything back about this one. I would have loved to know what the person was that found it. I can't imagine anyone getting rid of it, but they just never responded back. So that's that. There was a question that I thought would be cool. I don't know if you see this. This is a completely working piece. You can make it play music and do numbers, and it lights up. I have it. I wouldn't let a baby use it, but I think it's something kind of cool if a parent had it and they could keep it and show them later on. But anyhow, so that's what I was thinking about doing was. Hold up just a sec. Yeah. You know where your room's at?
They sleep in here at night.
Mm-hmm. Your room is over there, so if you go out that hallway.
So they're not here yet.
No, they're not here yet. No. In a little bit, we'll be eating dinner in here. But if you go to that door and you go that way, you'll find your room. See that door right there?
Where do they sleep?
That's where I'm telling you to go. Go out that door and go to your left, and they'll show you where your room is. Okay? I promise you, you got a room over there. Just go out there. Huh? Do you want to sleep?
I think I've been sleeping here.
No, you're sleeping that. You got a whole room. If you'll go out and go that way, you got a whole room with a bed and TV.
I may come back, I don't know.
That's fine. But ask them, they'll show you where your bed is, okay? I was talking to someone, and they suggested, if I can get this back my way. I remember which way to do this. I should just centered it. Here we go. Hi guys, I'm back. Someone suggested that I take and make books. It would take more than one book because some of the stories are pretty long. and make a book and tell the story behind pieces that were found. And I'll give you an example. Let me see. I'm going to pull up one of these pieces that was found. And it means a lot to me. And these are individual clip squares, okay? See, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And some of them are cut off. But see all that? This one right here. No, it's this one right here. You see that? It says, no, that was not it. So one above it. It's one of the stars. And it says, never ever give up. Hope and love. See that? Hope and love and never ever give up. And it's just a square here. That was literally, I had abandoned that one. It's a real neat story. And it's like, I can't really show you these. I can't really talk about a piece that you can't see. So someone suggested that I take the pieces and the stories and do another book where the ones that I've gotten pieces where people have found them and just write a book about those pieces. I'm thinking about it if you all would be interested so that you could see the stories at the same time. But that piece right there, it's got the stars, never ever give up, and hope and love. Story behind that piece. It was found by a woman and her daughter, so mother and daughter, on Christmas Day. And this would have had to have been 2018. Now, I didn't know about this. I remember abandoning it that Christmas Day. Knew where I abandoned it. I actually got a photo of it. And usually, it's been kind of crazy that a lot of times the story ones, I have a picture of them being abandoned and being made and being found, which is really cool. So, yeah, so I get this response. I know I put the piece out in December. A response in July of the next year. So like a year and a half later. Crazy. She goes, I don't know if you remember or if you were the one that abandoned it, but I found your piece, this piece right here, on Christmas Day. And I want to share a story about where we were that night and where we are today. The night, Christmas Eve, we found out that my husband was leaving me for another family. And he was taken and he had emptied out our checking account. And I didn't know what to do. There were nothing for me and my daughter for Christmas Day. I knew that there was no money. It was all gone. And I had enough. And I thought, I got to do something special for her today. So we went to IHOP, because this was found at an IHOP. Show it to you one more time. And I'm not saying Bob Evans stuff, because that's one of my favorite places, but it was an IHOP, and found the piece again. As I'm telling the story, so you can just imagine. So she goes, I found the piece. Okay, zoom up there again. I found this piece, and it was a game changer emotionally, because because I realized I couldn't give up. My daughter needed me more. And love and hope is all we had to go by. Contacted my family in Oregon. We packed up and we left. And we've been in Oregon. Now, this is in Indiana. I'm from Kentucky. She's contacted me via email from Oregon. And she said, that peace sets. And I told my daughter it was time to re-abandon it. She said, no, Mom, it's her hope that we never ever give up in love. And so a little girl on Christmas Eve, her mother finds this peace, and it gave them encouragement. And hopefully that encouragement gave you all some peace. There are so many stories of these pieces and things that they've meant to people, you know. So I just ask you to remember that there is a reason why I do this. If you all would like me to put the stories in a book, I would love to do that and share them out in the world. I wanted to show you one more thing. I'm getting ready to call this an end. I know I'm on earlier than I usually am. And tomorrow I probably will not be doing this at all unless my dad and me decide to say just Happy Easter. I'm actually getting to go spend the day with my dad. But a couple of weeks ago, we made sun catchers. And I got mine back today. I thought I would share. Isn't that real pretty? That was really neat. And you can really see it. Let me get this light on. There you go. Look at that. And it just twirls in the wind. So, guys, I am going to head out. Let me know what y'all think about me making storybooks. It's if you feel like it'd be encouragement to others and yourself, then that would be something I'd love to do. And as I say, be good to each other. Always live in a place of hope and love and never ever give up. And as always, happy abandoning.